Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
KELY News, brought to you by Sahara Motors. Time to get back to the grind after one more trail on the Kawasaki KLX 300R. Check one out today at Sahara Motors. Look for fair skies today and a high of 81 degrees. Governor Lombardo says Nevada's firewalls deflected 150 million breach attempts in just 3 days following the recent cyber attack. At a Friday press conference, Lombardo said restoring services remains the state's top priority. He confirmed the statewide credential reset carried out to protect users, said employees weren't notified in advance to avoid drawing more attacks. Normally, the state sees about 150,000 hits daily, but attempted breaches are up 300%. So far, Lombardo says 90% of public-facing websites back online, the rest prioritized for public safety and constituent needs. He added still no evidence of compromised personal data, said the state is moving to the finish line faster than expected. Nevada's Brady Firearms Unit back online after a cyber attack shut down services. The governor says those background checks restored yesterday morning. Dealers now able to use the online portal or phone system. Staff working extended hours to clear delays. Some transactions may stay in review longer than usual. Busy weekend for the White Pine County Sheriff's Office. Deputies conducted welfare checks on Thursday for students and elderly residents, responded to domestic disturbance, referred to Child and Family Services, and addressed several dog complaints. 2 Ely residents arrested. 51-year-old Kehlani Burton for violating an extended protection order. 58-year-old Jerry Burton for failing to register as an offender. Other calls included reckless driving, a missing camper, property damage, and a sex crime that remains under investigation. On Friday, those reports included custody disputes, fraud cases, a dog bite, and a battery under investigation. Deputies also responded to a juvenile riding a motorcycle on a baseball field, a casino reporting an unknown substance in a restroom, and a theft involving a juvenile who allegedly stole a firearm. That juvenile detained and transported to Elko County's Juvenile Detention Center. On Saturday, deputies issued curfew warnings to 3 juveniles at a county park, investigated multiple civil disputes, and recovered a handgun found on a city street. Welfare checks conducted on 2 individuals, both found safe. Deputies also arrested 33-year-old Zachary Johnson of Ely for violating release conditions. New bookings included Johnson held without bail and Dan Kirshner held for another agency. The White Pine County Sheriff's Office handled a bunch of calls on Sunday, including a reckless driver on a state highway, a family property dispute, and a false alarm at a city bank. Deputies also checked reports of fireworks with no issues and found and referred a motorist out of fuel to Nevada State Police. No new bookings found. The White Pine County School Board trustees will meet tomorrow night with a packed agenda. They will hear student reports from several schools, a presentation from McGill Elementary approving bills, budget transfers, policy updates covering testing, promotion, Title IX, and wellness. The board will also review actuarial reports, discuss the search for a new superintendent, and get an update on new school construction, and hear financial and facilities reports. Nevada getting a boost in the effort to bring more science and math teachers to rural schools. National Science Foundation awarded more than $775,000 to fund scholarships through the Robert Noyes Teacher Scholarship Program. The University of Nevada, Reno, Great Basin College, Elko County School District partnering to recruit and train STEM students to become teachers. In return, graduates are committing to teaching in high-need rural districts, aiming to ease long-standing shortages and strengthen education across the state. 2 men in jail after an incendiary device found under a Fox 13 news vehicle in Magna, Utah. FBI agents say Adim and Adil Nasir face charges including terrorism and weapons of mass destruction. The device, which failed to detonate, forced an evacuation when investigators searched the suspect's home. Agents also seized firearms, explosives, and drugs. Turning to White Pine County sports, after having lost a blowout in their previous game against American Leadership Academy, Bobcats football team happy to turn things around on Friday. They walked away with a 27-18 win over the West Wendover Wolverines. The Bobcats offense stepped up the game for this one. That was the most points they've scored all season. Ladycats volleyball team fell on Friday to GV Christian down in Henderson, but they won over Founders Christian Academy on Saturday 2-1 and 2-0. Bobcat Soccer team fell 6-0 on Friday to Spring Valley. And the Ladycats Soccer team traveled to Lovelock to face Pershing County over the weekend. They fought hard on Friday. That match ended in a 1-1 tie. On Saturday, though, the team bounced back strong with a 1-0 victory, ending the weekend 1-0-1. At 8:20 for Sahara Motors, that's a check of news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.